What's going on, CK Nation? It's your boy, the Boss Man CK, and on today's episode of the CK Motorsports Full Throttle Podcast, we got an action-packed show this week as one of NASCAR's most historic racetracks took center stage. North Wilkesboro hosted NASCAR's first points-paying race for the Cup Series since 1996, and it didn't disappoint. We'll start also with the Cars Tour, where one driver put on a clinic, then NASCAR Truck Series, and then we'll head for Sunday's action, where Joey Logano dominated performance in that race. We'll also recap the rain-delayed IndyCar race in Nashville and finish with some interesting silly season rumors involving Lane Riggs, Front Row Motorsports, Noah Gragson, and Richard Childress Racing. So, we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle, and let's get to it. So, we begin this week with grassroots racing because the future of NASCAR was on display at historic North Wilkesboro Speedway this past weekend. And we had the Z-Max Car Tour there, the Truck Series, and the Cup Series. And it was the first time the Cup Series was coming back since 1996 for a points-paying race. Now, yes, they had been there in the past couple of years for the All-Star race, but this year was the first time in 30 years that they had been there for a cup or a points-paying race. The Z-Max Cars Tour returned for another exciting weekend, like I said, and one driver left no doubt who was the class of the field, and that was Caden Honeycutt. Honeycutt completed an incredible sweep by winning both the Pro Late Model race and the Late Model Stock feature, and that isn't easy to accomplish against some of the toughest short track competition in the country. Also, you had a few Cup guys running that race as well, like Chase was running the Napa number 8 for Junior Motorsports, which was originally supposed to be the late great Kyle Busch's ride, but we lost him, so Chase filled in. Every restart, every long run, Honeycutt had speed, he had control, and he showed exactly why so many people believe he's ready for bigger opportunities. And North Wilkesboro has become one of the biggest stages for grassroots racing, and Honeycutt took full advantage of the spotlight. If NASCAR owners were watching, and you know they were, because obviously you had Junior up in the box doing the commentating for Flow Racing, Caden Honeycutt made one heck of an impression. Congratulations again to Caden Honeycutt and his entire team on an unforgettable weekend as he scored both victories, sweeping both the Pro Late Models and the Late Model Stocks. Now, moving on, we had Craftsman Truck Series racing. And again, we had another good field with Chase filling in, driving for Spire. Chase Elliott was driving for Spire Motorsports in 7, which was, again, supposed to be the late, great Kyle Busch's ride, but he took over. Then you had SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, driving the 71 truck for Spire. And I believe Carson Hocevour was in the 77 truck for Spire as well. So it was pretty good field with a couple of Cup drivers doing the double duty in it. Front Row Motorsports continues to show they're one of the strongest organizations in the garage. Chandler Smith put together one of the most dominant Truck Series performances we've seen all season. Smith drove the number 38 Ford to his second victory of the year, controlling the race and pulling away from the field in the closing laps. Nobody could match his pace. His truck was excellent on short runs, and it was even better on long runs. The balance stayed consistent throughout the race, and Chandler made very few mistakes all afternoon. With another win, Chandler Smith continues to build momentum toward the Truck Series chase for the championship. And Front Row Motorsports has the championship speed, and Chandler Smith looks ready to make some serious run for the title. Like I said, Front Row Motorsports has been doing really well this season in trucks as well. They're one of the top teams alongside Tricon Garage and Spire. And I feel like they have a good chance, especially with Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs, to possibly win that championship this year. So we'll see what happens with that. And who knows? They might get the job done. We'll see. Now, the biggest story of the weekend, NASCAR officially returned to North Wilkesboro Speedway for its first points-paying Cup Series race since 1996. Yes, 30 years ago. 30 years ago was the last time we seen a Cup's points-paying race at Wilkesboro, and we thought we'd never see it again. And people were upset back then. If you watch, like, on the NASCAR channel, some of the old races that they put on there, like I'll watch a lot. You could tell back then that last race when Hendrick swept it, like Gordon won the one in the spring, Jeff Gordon won the one in the spring, and then Terry Labonte won the one in the last one there in the fall. You could tell people were very hurt and upset that they were leaving. And like I said, fans waited nearly 30 years to see it happen, and Joey Logano made sure everyone remembered who won it. The Team Penske driver absolutely dominated the day. Logano led over 300 laps of the 450, controlled the pace from the opening stages, and never really gave anyone else a chance once he got out front. Whenever a caution came out, whenever there was a restart, the number 22 Ford drove straight to the front if he had to start in the middle, and just simply drove away. It was that kind of performance we've come to expect from championship caliber teams such as Penske. This victory is Logano's first win of the season, and perhaps more importantly, it locks him into, right now, into the chase for championship, as it put him in 15th in points, and top 16 go on to the chase for the championship when the points reset. After several weeks of showing speed without finishing the job, Team Penske finally broke through. Well, Logano's team did. I mean, Blaney's still been doing well. He won at Echo Park. So, I mean, it was a back-to-back deal for Penske, as Blaney won the week before, and then Logano won this past weekend. Logano mastered all three. The return of points racing to this legendary short track couldn't have asked for more dominant performance. The atmosphere, the crowd, the racing, it all proved North Wilkesboro deserves to stay on the NASCAR schedule. And honestly, people said, well, what about the short track package for the next gen car? I do believe it's getting better. But they did break records there. Like, for the past races that were there, they only would have 13 cars on the lead lap. This past weekend, they had 6 cars on the lead lap. And then once Logano got the lead in stage 2, that man never looked back. So, congrats to him and the Shell Pennzoil team, and hopefully they can build momentum, and the Fords can start building momentum and start, because honestly, it's been a dominant season for Toyotas so far as manufacturers go. Alright, over in IndyCar, we had a rain delay on Sunday, which forced the Indy Series to race on Monday at Nashville. But once they finally got underway, it became another showcase for one driver, and that driver was Chip Ganassi Racing's own Alex Palou. The Chip Ganassi Racing star picked up his 5th victory of the season, continuing what has been an incredible championship campaign. Week after week, Palou continues to maximize every opportunity. He avoids mistakes. His team exactly executes perfectly, and when it's time to go racing, they deliver. My dog Harley wanting to get love. But anyways, at this point, Alex Palou remains the clear championship favorite, and everyone else is chasing the number 10 car. And he's leading the points. So congrats to him on getting that 5th win, and he's building what is a heck of a championship run to get that championship. Want to say hey to CK Nation? Want to say hey? Say hey to see that. Say hey to him. Hey, CK Nation. Hey. All right, you got your little 15 seconds of fame. Get down. All right, before we wrap things up, let's talk silly season for a minute and free agency. Obviously, all around this time of year, it's usually when teams start giving contract extensions or drivers are talking about where they're going, where they're not, or anything like that. As we all know, Josh Berry's not returning to the Wood Brothers next season as Jesse Love is taking that ride. Then we find out Riley Hurts is leaving 2311 to go to Legacy Motorsports or Legacy Motor Club and take over the 84 ride that I think they want to make permanent, and Jimmy's officially retiring and being the owner. And then Corey Heim, who's well deserving of a full-time Cup ride, is taking over Riley Hurt's spot at 2311 in the 35 next season. And now Lane Riggs made the comment at the truck race this past weekend at Wilkesboro that he possibly has a ride next season in Cup Series in 2027. So it makes you wonder, where is he going? Well, we all know he's with Front Row Racing Motorsports in the truck series. As we all know as well, Noah Gragson has not been doing stellar in that 4 car. He's been running in the back. He had a rough up with what's the road course guy, Matheson or something, I can't remember his name, at Coronado. He's not been running solid. I watched this thing the other night called NASCAR Full Force on Prime. I believe that's what it's called, but it's a show. And Noah admitted when they interviewed him that he knows he's not had the greatest career so far in Cup. So, but the question is too, if Lane Riggs is possibly got this Cup ride, then that means Noah Gragson's out at Front Row. And does that spark the rumor that may be coming true that he may be the one that they're looking at to fill the late great Kyle Busch's car in the 33 next season? Only because of the fact that he has a great relationship with Bass Pro Shops, and so does Richard Childress Racing. So the question remains is, if that's the case, where does Noah Gragson go? Because I believe Front Row's not getting rid of Todd Gilliland. They gave him an extension. I don't see them getting rid of Zane Smith. And I don't see them particularly letting Lane Riggs sign with anybody else, especially when they have a Cup program. So, we'll see what it is. We'll see what happens. It's free agency every season around this time. That's when it starts questioning and everything starts trying to figure out. Also, too, what's word with Alex Bowman? His contract's coming up to soon too as well. So does he get another chance at Hendrick? They got Corey Day in the O'Reilly series just waiting on the ride, or do they go with somebody else? There's talk that they may try to go after Connor Zillage, which I don't see Trackhouse letting him walk, or even try to go after somebody like Carson Hocevoort, which I don't see Spire letting him go. They love him there. So again, NASCAR free agency always around this time of year. Well, we got all the big drama with championship runs and everything like that. We always have this. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what plays out. So nothing has been officially announced as far as Noah Gragson or Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs is the one saying that he possibly has one, so it's not been official yet on what will happen next season for 2027. These are just simple rumors making their way around the garage area, but this is the time of year, like I said, when conversations start happening, and sometimes those rumors turn into reality. We'll definitely keep an eye out as fans on this story as it continues to grow and see where everybody signs. Also, another big news as well, his colleague is, I believe, Chris Rice said it. The executive vice president and CEO underneath Matt Collick said that they were looking to go to Dodge as a manufacturer change in the Cup Series next year. So what does that mean for Ty Dillon and AJ Allmendinger? We'll see. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up. Again, guys, thank you guys for subscribing, following the pages, watching this. Like I said, I love doing this for you guys, always, every week. It's always fun to do. And just, if you have not subscribed and you like what you see, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button on the channel and continue to follow, subscribe, and help the nation grow. So, with that being said, once again, congratulations to our winners this weekend: Caden Honeycutt in the Cars Tour, Chandler Smith in the Truck Series, Joey Logano in the Cup Series, and Alex Ballou getting it done in Nashville for his 5th victory for Chip Ganassi in the IndyCar Series. So, with that being said, I'm the boss man, CK, and we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle. And this is the CK Motorsports Full Throttle, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.